All right, so follow up to the previous lesson that I just shared up there. I want to touch on this one. There will be days. So the title of this shorter psychology lesson is There Will Be Days. Okay. So being a trader for it's now in the 7th year, bordering on 73rd, I think. I've seen a lot of things and have been both a beneficiary and a victim of the market. And I'll tell you this, there'll be days. Remember, in my previous analogies and examples, I gave the two contrasting approaches to trading, one as a fisherman and two as a hunter on foot. And I will tell you this, that there'll be days when, yes, you are taking the fisherman route. Yes, you are waiting. Yes, your boxes are ticking, but the market is hitting your stop loss. There'll be days when the market will validate what you know, will validate what you want to see, and you still hit 2, 3, 4, 5 stop losses in a single day. I think you have seen there have been experiences, even when I send signals and you have 3, 4, 5 spikes hitting stop loss before we even get anything. Sometimes it is stop loss, then goes my way, or sometimes it doesn't even come back at all. There'll be days like that where you do everything right, where every box will tick, where everything you want to see when the fish comes, it bites the hook. And now as you are rolling, you're putting the fishing line to come up, your cord snaps and the fish goes back into the water. This is when derivative maybe goes your way a bit, gives a bit of money, and because your risk to reward ratio has not been met 1:2, 1:3, the TP has not been hit. You're like, let me keep pulling it up. And then the cord snaps. Or the fish wiggles by some chance off of the hook and then goes back. There'll be days when you will do everything right. There'll be days when you want to chase a setup. When you wait for it, it'll tick every box and go the other way. I think almost every trader has had an experience where they have done their homework, they have followed the rules of their strategy, and the market still decided to go against them. That's why I had said initially when I began the previous lesson that you don't have to know where the market is going to go. Of course, the market can be analyzed. The market has got a probability of going this way or that way, but you can never be completely sure. With currencies, you know that the big boys, the banks, the corporations, and individuals who have got a lot of financial muscle. You have companies like, for example, Vanguard, BlackRock, Pantheon, and Raytheon. You've got these guys that are pretty much 3 of the biggest companies globally that are pulling the strings because they own, almost collectively, they own close to 100 companies, including Amazon, Google, by portion of Tesla and the likes. They are moving the markets in terms of the currencies. So you have zero control over where the market is going to go. And you have zero idea where it will definitely go. You have an idea of where it might go, where it has shown that if it shows this pattern, it will go, but you can never be 100% sure. If you could be 100% sure of where the market is going to go, there would never be any need for a stop loss. There would be any need for a take profit because you just know the market is going to reverse, the market is going to go this way. At the same time, when you come to derivative, when you come to synthetics, derivative runs on computer-generated algorithm. It hardly mimics anything in instrument. That's why people lose more money in synthetics more than they do in currencies. Because in currencies, you've got an advantage of fractional disparity, an advantage of pair correlation, right? You know that if EU and GU are going up, then you've got CHF, JPY, and you've got USD CHF going the opposite direction. You know that if USD XSS is going this way, then XSS USD is going the other way. You've got advantages there. Even though you may not be able to tell 100%, but you've got an advantage. In derivative, it's a computer-generated algorithm. It randomly generates numbers. So the fact that in these two arenas, these two, fields, these two categories, the fact that you're not the one who's pulling the strings means you can never be 100% sure. What we are looking for is not a person who knows where the market is going to go. What we are looking for is a person who will act when the market validates their checklist. Because your checklist will tell you to buy, your checklist will tell you to sell. So you automatically know that if I follow my checklist after having seen this pattern, I've got a high probability of winning. At the same time, if I disobey my checklist, there's a very high probability that I'll lose. But however, there'll be days when the market will validate, where the fish will bite the hook, and then the line will snap, or you fail to pull it up, or it will wiggle out of its mouth out off of the hook, and it will go back into the water. These are all days when you do everything that you're supposed to do, where you validate your setups. The market comes and then says, yeah, great, fantastic. So you can, that's awesome. You can get in, and then you get in, the market hits your stop loss. You wait for the next setup, checks all the boxes, you get in, and your stop loss gets hit again. And sometimes it can happen a number of times in a single day, or it can happen a number of trading sessions, or it can happen over several days, or sometimes it can even happen, it can extend this whole week, or the next one is going to end with you getting your stop losses hit, and hardly are you getting your take profits hit. And this is when the temptation to change strategies, to edit, will come into play. When you know you've got a good system, a good strategy, I always say that to people that even though sometimes you may need to tweak and adjust your strategy, but a proper strategy is eternal in its function. It just has seasons where it makes more money than other seasons. That means there'll be days and times where strategy will be killing, murdering the market. You'll be making money at the flip of a hand, at the drop of a hat. It'll be so, just like that, almost zero drawdown, and you'll be good. Then there'll be days when that very same strategy that paid you before puts you at the mercy of the dealer, and you're getting hit left, right, and center, right in the head and ass. And then sometimes the doubts starts to set in. Okay, what am I doing wrong? I think my strategy is no longer working. No, it's a time, it's a season. I always say that you can't fit and contain the entire market into your strategy. No matter how big of a fishing vessel you have, you can never contain all of the fish in the ocean. Even if you've got a very huge net, you can't. Even if you encompass a large portion, the nets will probably rip, or your fishing net will struggle to pull out all the fish from the water. So there'll be days when you won't get paid. There'll be days when the market will hit you left, right, and center. It will blindside you. It will snake attack you. It will go head on with you, brute force. It will tank the damage in the attempts, and you'll be hit left, right, and center. To an extent that if you're not careful, you'll begin to doubt your own skill. You begin to doubt your own competency. You begin to doubt your teachings and the teachings you received, your mentor. You begin to doubt the strategy. You begin to doubt even trading itself as a profession and as a field. I think it's now too close to gambling. No, there's a time and there's a season. The reason why it's always important for your strategy, for your mentality to be in the right place, is for you to understand that you want to win every time. Your system, your strategy, your approach, whatever you use, may allow you to win most of the time. This is what you call success rate. Most of the time you win. But what about the other times? For example, I can tell you that God models it in at least 85% success rate over a series of trade over time. And you have all become witnesses to that, because a lot of you have taken my signals and they've seen how it does that. If I can send, like today, I literally sent some odd 16 signals and only one hit stop loss. So you can tell that it's got a monstrously high success rate. But then what about the times, the 15%? Fine, it wins 85% of the time. Cool, that's great, fantastic. But what about the 15%? What about the times, the 15% of the time when I go home hungry? Will I still believe in it? What about the 15% when I lose money 3, 4, 5 trades in a row? Will I still believe in it? What about the 15% of the time when I'll be sure and convinced and the market ticks all my boxes and I get in, I get hit, I get in, I get hit, I get in, obeying all the rules and I get hit? What will be my mentality then? So you have to realize that discipline, mental discipline, psychological discipline, to say, this may be a season. Maybe I need to take a break. Maybe I need a breather. But it's not my strategy that is what the problem. My boxes are all still ticking. I'm still using the same bait, still fishing in the same place. Fish, every condition is being met. You will need at that point to develop firm resilience to say, I'll stay in the market. So let me end here for now, okay?